Stand by for audio. Got it.
It's 8 a.m., and you're tuned to Mississippi's #1 choice for non-stop sports. The Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
Where am I?
On the Zone 105.9 and online at thezone1059.com.
Oh, man. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it was Michael Fair. I couldn't pull the name. I was close. I know Michael. He's a good guy. I had a class with him at Mississippi State, and he is the head football coach for Grenada. Congratulations to him, because I don't think Grenada was going to title games prior to his arrival. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but is that where he's from? He went back to where he's from. So I don't know how they're evidently pulling enough players up there, which is good. I know there are some, I guess, a couple of pockets of manufacturing facilities and so on. And we need more, which is good for everybody. But Michael Fair is the head football coach at Grenada. Jackson, did you tell me they were playing today or tomorrow? Okay. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone ESPN. We're brought to you by the Bone-In Ribeye at Kessler Prime and the Renaissance, KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. Let's see. Somebody just told us something. Something about in Carrollton. Is he from Carrollton? I mean, I know that's close. Maybe he is. Fair played at Carroll Academy. Okay, cool. I think he was the center on the team that went 10-2 in '99 with Cheryl. Let's see, was that '99? Yeah, 1999. Mississippi State went 10-2, and they went to the Peach Bowl in the Georgia Dome and beat Clemson. Yeah. And that was Rich Rod and Tommy Bowden. Tommy Bowden was the head coach. Rich Rod was the OC because they had left Tulane. And eventually Rich Rod would go to West Virginia. And then the rest is history. Of course, Michigan, Arizona. Then bounced. He was at Ole Miss. I'm missing a couple of spots and been at Jacksonville State. I know the rumors earlier this week were Rich Rod or Jimbo Fisher to West Virginia. I'd rather go with Rich Rod, but if I had to guess, they'll hire Jimbo Fisher.
No doubt.
So they'll get a retread that hasn't been as successful as he should be compared to Rich Rod, who's winning at Jacksonville State. So was Rich Rod he wasn't at La Monroe before, was he? I don't think he maybe was. He's bounced around pretty good. That guy's a coach. Now he's pretty harsh and no filter, and he's definitely ornery. But that dude can X and O. And game week, again, a lot like Leach and Gundy and those guys. You give him 5 days, 6 days to prepare. He's usually going to take you down. So, I don't even know if something was announced or not.
Is Jimbo Fisher not the most overrated coach of like the past 2 decades?
Most. All right. So you got Charlie Weiss at Notre Dame.
Lord, yeah.
Okay. They gave him a $20 million contract when that was actually a big deal.
No doubt. That's one. He's up there.
Ty Willingham.
Yeah.
Jimbo Fisher.
Does Herm Edwards count?
Will Muschamp. Yeah, well, not really.
Nah.
I mean, Herm went to Arizona State for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, nothing was supposed to go on.
Yeah, they got it. What'd they do? Recruit, break a bunch of rules during COVID or
That's
something?
right,
Or something?
yeah.
I don't remember what it was. Herm was like, man, I'm in the NFL. We do stuff 12 months out of the year. There are no, dead time. I mean, there's no dead time really in the SEC. I get that, but
Herm.
That's a good question. Most overrated college football coaches of the 2000s.
Jimbo is definitely in the top 5.
He is, because he's got a natty, and the typical guy fodder talk is if you have a championship, that means you were good. I mean, Eddie O has one, right? Les Miles has one. What does that tell us? I mean, look at some of the NFL QBs that have one. I mean, we just missing Carson Palmer, Warren Moon. These guys, 100 times better than some of these guys that have won Super Bowls in the last 20, 25 years. The Mac Hike Auto Group text line, 601-885-3776. Most, did you say overhyped or overrated?
Either way. I mean,
Okay.
I'm kind of with both, but I mean, it's overhyped. I would have.
When I was
remembered
growing
overrated.
up, it was Bo Schembechler.
Overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he really do?
I'm trying to think in the 2000s, man.
Let's start SEC. Go straight SEC.
Well, Jimbo would be up there.
Yeah. So, Muschamp's probably up there.
Yeah.
Butch Jones.
Yeah, but was he ever hyped as a really good coach?
No.
Like Jimbo was.
Yeah, you're right. No, he wasn't. He was
And
just Brick
people
by
thought
brick.
because Muschamp sat in the same coaching rooms as Saban that like something rubs off on you, and it doesn't. It does for some. Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin. It looks like Sarkisian's got the magic going. What if Texas wins it this year?
Stop.
Yeah, I know you don't like the Longhorns,
Nope.
but what if they have enough juice to make it?
They don't.
And Sark becomes a national championship coach.
Then we throw every good coach with national championship argument out the window.
Well, Les Miles has one, Eddie O has one, Larry Coker has one, and Jimbo Fisher has one in the 2000s. Now, that has corrected itself through Saban, Urban Meyer, Dabo Swinney, Kirby Smart have a running ton of them in the 2000s. So you usually do have to be one hell of a coach, CEO, manager to drive. Harbaugh, he did a magnificent job with Michigan, considering where they recruit to make it all the way through last year.
I mean, but
That's one of the best coaching jobs in college football.
I think sometimes we just have to accept that talent will overcome.
Yeah, but now it's spread out.
Now, but like the LSU.
Yeah, Les
Orange
Miles
run.
and Eddie O.
Coker in Miami. I mean, the whole place was stacked.
I know Butch Davis, the one thing he could do is recruit,
He could
and he
now.
left a stacked roster for Larry Coker.
Golly, they were.
Now, Jim Tressel could flat out coach.
I loved him.
I know they got a gift of a call in the end zone in that national championship game that they didn't deserve.
Maurice Claret.
Miami and Coker did.
Yeah.
And
Not Claret.
no, Ohio State
Got it. Right, Maurice Claret game.
But Tressel is one hell of a coach.
He
So
is.
overrated coaches. Trying to think. Some people would say Hugh Freeze is overrated.
I'm not.
I
doing
think
that.
he's going to win.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I think what he did at Ole Miss was unbelievable. It's just you happen to have Lane come in and trumpet.
Yeah.
Um,
He set the foundation for it.
he definitely set the recruiting,
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with a lot of it. No doubt. He got that same group that helped Freeze land.
Yeah.
All those players were the first adopters to what Lane wanted on NIL. So credit again to the man who owns the beautiful neighborhood down 463 who got it and said, I want to win.
Yeah, that's it.
We're on Twitter X at Bowbounds. I was called a hoe earlier in the week. And we are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And we're going to have Carl Johnson on from the Beau Rivage Sportsbook at 8:30 on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line. Nick Fulton with USA Pawn will make Tito's Martinis in the 9 o'clock hour. Please drink responsibly. dedicate that to Jackson Meadows and his 3-week construction career down in Destin, which I think should be put up to the Florida Hall of Fame, the Florida Construction Hall of Fame. 3 weeks in Florida, National Blue Collar Day. We want to dedicate that to Jackson Meadows. I do want to dedicate it to all the plumbers, roofers, sheetrock, concrete, steel. Good grief. We love you.
Thank you.
I mean, electricians, anybody who's working commercial or residential. I wish I could buy y'all all lunch today. One, if I had, because there's hundreds of thousands of you. One, if I had the money. Two, if we, could do that, like just pull up with the Fleetway Market smoker and have ribs and brisket for days. You know that Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe, they have fried catfish on Fridays, and our listeners have come in strong about how good it is. And
that's blue collar.
Yeah. So they've got the plates.
Like that.
They've got blue plates at Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe in Gluckstadt. And their fried catfish is fabulous. Also, people came in strong on their turnip greens. So that sounds good on a day like today. A little fried catfish with some Louisiana hot sauce on top and some turnip greens or collard greens.
There we go.
Should I call them collard greens?
That's because that's what they are.
Collard greens. That's what I meant. Sorry.
What's the?
I love them, man.
It is.
Put some hot sauce and some red pepper flakes. Yeah, it's good for your heart. Did you know that?
I did not. The red flakes. I did know that.
Red cayenne pepper.
Did know that.
Okay.
Now, blue collar. Okay, it's the their day of the year, right? Okay. Well, what's the most blue collar thing you think you've done in your life?
For me?
Yeah.
Okay, I worked on an apartment one summer.
Okay.
Where I did everything there.
So like the painting.
I painted the outside of it, so it was 120 degrees.
Oh, no.
And I got up on there was a penthouse.
Nice.
We had to paint. Well, it was just me. There wasn't any we.
Ooh.
I didn't even have a dog. And so I painted the penthouse one summer up on the top of the roof. And the roof was black.
So you fried.
Yeah. But, when you're 21, you don't.
Who cares?
That's right.
Yeah, you're getting tan.
I demoed a couple of houses.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's work.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah. That's some work.
Yeah. That was senior year in high school.
Painted a house.
Yeah. So I did some stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's big time.
Yeah. And then I figured out as it unfolded, I said, hold on.
Why? Huh?
Then I became a runner at a law firm. That's a joke.
Right.
I mean,
right.
That was fun. Like, you don't do anything.
No.
Like, they give you some papers to take across the, 4 streets over, right?
They give you some
10
money.
buildings over, and on the way you get Chick-fil-A. Or you go and run some papers somewhere else, or file something, or whatever.
Yeah,
or you get lunch.
Yeah, I'm about to say the hardest part of that job is getting the lunch order correct, though.
But when you go and do something, you could go do other things. And then I realized bartending was easy, considering the money that you could make.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, once I figured out, oh, God, people just, if you're good at what you do, they just
hand you money.
They just drop cash.
Yeah.
So I went from understanding that while I respect painting a roof on the top of a building in July, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, no.
For just an hourly wage, I can go make $100 in an hour.
Sure.
Even this was a long time ago, bartending.
Sure.
It's just a simple math thing for me.
Ooh, there's another national day today as well.
Well,
December 6th, National Trick Shot Day.
Ooh, Steph Curry.
Big trick shot fan.
Steph Curry?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he could have been a Globetrotter. That's a completely different deal. Not the same basketball whatsoever, but he definitely could have done that.
Did you see the shot that Josh Hubbard made?
Which one?
In pregame out in Arizona?
Oh, from
how long is that? I'm sorry, we got sidetracked again. Good Lord. How long is that Bielema audio?
35 seconds.
All right, let's drop it. Brett Bielema, the head football coach at Illinois, taking some shots at people who had $15 million teams this year.
Some of these, it's National Signing Day, but in a lot of places it's National Bank Day, right? Like they just use money and they buy their class, right? Team I'm on, I know what we spend in the revenue in NIL. I know our number and where it's at, and we're playing schools that are 3-4 times that much. You're talking $20 million on a roster. So there's some teams that are trying to get into college football playoffs that have spent over $20 million and they still can't get in. And I know we're at basically 25% of that, and we're knocking on the door. That's why I get excited about going forward. If we all kind of use the same checkbook, I get really excited about where we can go.
Oh, goodness. Well, all right, so if we cap it, well, first of all, Illinois can now pump in.
Right.
I mean, they've got plenty of money. These teams, there's a bunch of teams down here that have already thrown money, and they got more. I mean, Champaign, Illinois, their alumni base, they have tons of money. Now, and they got Big Ten revenue share, and Big Ten actually makes more than the SEC. Okay, we're cooler. We have more talent. We have closed the gap revenue-wise and will continue to. But they were, y'all know the drill. More people lived there starting in the, 1800s, 1900s, whatever. And the whole Rust Belt, manufacturing, and so on. So, but now Bielema, Illinois, if they want to pump in $15 million, which they should be able to do in their sleep, everybody in the SEC and Big Ten should be able to pump in $15 million in their sleep, then that shouldn't be a problem. Now, the flip side of that is, are they actually going to cap it? That's what they're talking about, kind of a salary cap. What do you think?
Oh, I was just noticing, obviously you mentioned Illinois having the money, so I go to look at notable alumni. Yeah, the guy who owns Ticketmaster and Live Nation tickets, he's there.
Oh, cool.
They can find the money very quickly looking at this notable list of alumni.
Yeah.
So is that, but the salary cap deal, right? Like, all right, who cares, right? You can enforce a salary cap, but how are you going to enforce a salary cap?
Because they'll still be under the table. But yeah, you can say, hey, you can only spend you can spend $1 or up to $20 million on your football team.
Sure.
I'm talking about through revenue, money,
right.
TV media money, and so on. I don't know what they'll do. This thing has been. We've got all the lawsuits, and we'll just have to see what shakes out here in the spring and summer. But teams are now pumping money in left and right of their own money, like Walker Jones and Charlie Winfield. Although they'll need to go raise money, they won't have to raise as much money. And a lot of times coaches have just said, I'm getting that player. Y'all go figure it out.
Yeah.
Which
I like that.
Yeah. All right. We've got Carl Johnson with the Beau Rivage. What do you have?
And the Illinois alumni is stacked. I did not realize it was like this.
Dude, they got tons of money.
This is crazy. Yeah. Co-founder of YouTube. What do you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think he's got enough money to fund the co-founder of YouTube?
This is a list.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've got
Holy
100 millionaires and billionaires left and right out of Champaign, Illinois. They'll be just fine. We are the Out of Bounds Show. Your next toolbox, spray and bedliner, is driven by Rick's Pro Truck in Gluckstadt, Flowood. And don't forget about RPT Commercial in Pearl. Carl Johnson with the Beau Rivage Sportsbook next. Woo! Oh, man, it's a football Friday. Football Friday. Good morning, good morning. Brought to you by the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, only at the Beau Rivage on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. BetMGM is the king of sports books, and Beau Rivage's BetMGM Book Bar and Grill is the South's premier Vegas-style sports book. Visit a live betting window, self-service kiosk, or use the BetMGM app to place your bets on your favorite games and sporting events. The app offers free-to-play promotions, live betting options, and boosted odds specials at your fingertips. Experience the action at BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, only at the Beau Rivage. And it is conference championship game weekend, plus the NFL, college hoops, NBA, and everything else. And coming off an unbelievable Thanksgiving weekend in college football. And we want to welcome in Carl Johnson, sports manager of the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill at the Beau Rivage on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. Carl Johnson, good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning, Bo. Look, we got our bear claw in us this morning. We got a hot cup of coffee, ready to go. We're looking to see how bad we did last night with the total in the game last night. So, but yeah, no, it's going to be a good weekend. We're looking forward to it.
Man, is Dan Campbell one hell of a coach or what, Carl?
He is. You know, I became a Dan Campbell fan when they had him on, the HBO show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just so fun to watch. I mean, those guys, that's a player's coach. I mean, that's the type of guy I would like to play for. I mean, you run through a wall for that guy. So, look, those people over there have suffered just like the Saints fans did for those many years before they finally won one. So it's good to see. It's good to see them on the road that they're on.
Yeah, that guy was a wild man in Hard Knocks on HBO.
Yeah.
But that was a game last night. Not surprising. NFC North, Lions, Packers, and Dan Campbell and the Lions are on a roll. We're visiting with Carl Johnson. He is the sports book manager for the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, only at the Beau Rivage. What was it? So I thought last weekend was unbelievable. I mean, from Georgia Tech to so many amazing games. Was it wild at the book in the Beau Rivage?
Absolutely crazy. I mean, look, that Georgia Tech-Georgia game, I can't tell you how long it's been since I actually enjoyed a football game like that. You know, you get so I guess in this business you get so numb to some of these games. You know, you just want to see the result. But man, it was fun to see. I mean, there was a lot of coaching going on in that football game, and man, what a great year Georgia Tech had.
Yeah.
It's just it's been fun to watch, and we hear so much about these coaches. I mean, look what happened in the Chicago Bears game. That fiasco at the end. So when you see a game that's not coached at all, and then you see these two teams where they squared off, they used their timeouts in every overtime. I mean, there was a lot of coaching going on. It was fun to watch.
What was your most bet college football game last weekend at the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill at the Beau?
So we were heavily bet the South Carolina Clemson game, and then the Texas A&M game, and then also that Georgia Tech Georgia game was right there also.
Okay. Yeah. What was your big game? Well, I think I can guess this, but so last Sunday, that was a wild game. I mean, wild day too. What was your big NFL game Thanksgiving weekend?
So I think for us, one of the worst outcomes we had for the day was the Washington 42-19 over the Titans. Yeah, they were heavily bet. We needed the Titans really bad there. So that was a bad outcome for us. And then the Chargers Atlanta game had a lot of money flowing through it.
Okay.
That actually ended up being a bad outcome for us also, with the Chargers winning, I think, 17-13. Look, it was a tough day Sunday. We've been fighting. We've been getting beat with teasers pretty good for the last couple of weeks. Which, if I'm a player, that's the perfect time to play teasers this time of the year. So we've been getting beat with the teasers pretty good. We didn't have too many good outcomes. However, that Chicago outcome was a good one for us, even though it was just a fiasco at the end. We would have liked to have seen them win outright, but they covered the number, so that was probably our best result for Sunday.
He is Carl Johnson on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. This is the Out of Bounds Show. Carl joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. He is the sports book manager for the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill at the Beau Rivage on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. We've got a big weekend this weekend, so let's get into it. Where's the money going as far as college? Is it Georgia, Texas? Is that the game for you, or is it another game this weekend at the Book?
Yeah, right now. So obviously for us, we carry, we have a lot of those fans in the building. So that is right now, ticket-wise and handle-wise, our biggest game. I think one of the other games that'll probably rival it is probably going to be the Penn State-Oregon game. Mm-hmm. But for now, it's Georgia, Texas. We opened here last Sunday. We opened at 2.5. We moved to 3 immediately. We got hit with a little sharp money on Texas, and then currently we're at 3 still. The totals moved from 48.5 to 49.5, so they're playing the over there. But it's early on. We'll get that crowd. The crowd started rolling in last night. So the weekend should be really good.
I bet that place will be wild. Last night you had Lions Packers. Tonight you've got a college football playoff game basically between UNLV and Boise State. And golly, Barry Odom's done a great job at UNLV. And then you also have Tulane and Army. Strong rumors that John Summerall at Tulane, who's been unbelievable at Troy and Tulane the last 3 years, will be heading to North Carolina. And then Army's got a hell of a coach in Jeff Monken, Todd Monken's brother, who's, of course, Todd's at the OC at the Ravens right now. And those could be Carl, those could be some good games tonight. And cold. One's in Boise, Idaho, and the other one's in West Point, New York.
Yeah, you know what, they are. And look, we've for the last couple of years we've been heavily bet Tulane. And a lot of it has to do with where we're located. But look, Tulane. One thing about Tulane is they can score. They give up some points a little bit too, but they can score. We opened here last Sunday, Tulane 4.5. We immediately took a little Army money, moved to 4. And then now they're back to 4.5, and I think that number will actually move up before kickoff. Now the total, we opened the total at 47.5. We moved it to 45.5 right now. So I think they're expecting a little bit more defense than normal.
Yeah. I saw some pictures. We're visiting with Carl Johnson. He's with the Beau Rivage, the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill at the Beau Rivage. He's the sports book manager. And right there on the Mississippi, beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. So the book is all about the experience, too. It's a bar and grill. Carl can correct me here. They opened the first year, and it was a home run, and then they shut it down and did this unbelievable multi-million-dollar renovation. And it's beautiful. It's a place to hang out with your buddies. Several couples can go in. They got a beautiful center bar, TVs everywhere. They also have a bar up on the left, too. And so you can experience the action, have fun, and do everything there. I'm sure you see that all the time, Carl. Couples come in, hang out for a couple hours, or 4 to 6 guys come in, and they're having a large time having a cocktail and enjoying the game.
Oh, we really do. I mean, look, I originally I came from the Mirage in Las Vegas, where we have those big theater style books, and I can remember some times in there, you couldn't even hear yourself talk. It got so loud it felt like you was in the stadium. And I can tell you this place in here, it even though it's not as big as those theater style books, it gets like that. I mean, this place fills up. The crowd's excited, and you're right. I mean, for us, it's about offering that experience, and I mean, I know I'm here every day, and this is our place, so I'm I'm subjective towards it, but this is the best place, and I mean, we do offer the best atmosphere anywhere outside of Nevada, in my opinion.
Carl Johnson on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. All right, so big night tonight. Actually, have some good game. No telling which way those two games could go. And a big day tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. We always call the 11 a.m. game the Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary game. And boom, off and running. And as Carl mentioned, the game Georgia-Texas is at 3:00, and then Penn State and Oregon that night, and Clemson and SMU. Bama fans are watching that one, Carl, because they may be in either way, but they're keeping an eye on which way that game could go up in Charlotte.
Absolutely. I mean, look, so think about where we came. I was, when I was driving in this morning, I was thinking about, I'm 60. I'm old enough to remember when, it came down to, there was probably, 35, 40 bowl games. So you had 80 teams playing in them, and the AP and the UPI writers would decide two teams that were the best overall, and they would play for the championship, right? So that's where we came from, and then they throw in the BCS, which improved some stuff. And then now, we're looking at the 12-team playoff,
which has been great.
It's been great, but to me, it hasn't solved the problem of college football, because now instead of the bubble team being number 5 from the BCS that everybody was complaining about, now we're looking at teams, number 13, 14, 15, sure. And they got some legitimate arguments. To me, Alabama is one of the top 12 teams in America. They just are, and to me, it really doesn't. I'm not even considering the fact that they play in the SEC. I think they're just, one of the top 12. I think Ole Miss is one of the top 12 teams in the country. I mean, Ole Miss has beaten Georgia and South Carolina this year.
Sure.
You got teams that are in this in the top 12 right now. Texas, even though Texas is deserving, in my opinion, they played the 32nd toughest schedule. They got no top 25 wins against anybody. You got SMU has no top 25 wins. Indiana, no top 25 wins. Mm-hmm. So it's been a strange year, So I think it just wouldn't surprise me. I think Alabama will be in.
I do too.
And South Carolina. I mean, look at South Carolina.
Oh, they had a great year.
South Carolina had the 15th toughest schedule. They beat Clemson and they beat Missouri. That was in the top 25 ranking. So they got an argument too. But until we get it to where, I think where they, like Saban said the other day, until we get it to where they come up with about 40 teams to form a league, that's kind of got the structure of the NFL. I don't think we're going to ever get the 12 or 15 best football teams in the country. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, it's been unbelievable TV watching down the stretch with all the different moving pieces. And I know that the BetMGM Book Bar and Grill at the Bow has been fun and wild, and I think it will be again this weekend. And Carl Johnson, thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Football Friday, brought to you by the Beau Rivage. And hope y'all have a great weekend, man. I saw some pictures of the decorations throughout the Beau Rivage. That place looks spectacular, and I look forward to getting down there in the next couple of weeks. And have a good weekend, my man.
You too. It is phenomenal. It's a special place. Come on down.
Carl Johnson on the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN Sportsbook Manager for the BetMGM Book Barn Grill, only at the Beau Rivage on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. So we've got Georgia, Texas tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Whoever wants to invite Jackson Meadows and I over, if you're doing red beans and rice, gumbo, maybe you're smoking a brisket, doing some ribs, you know the text line. The Mac Hike Auto Group text line is 601-885-3776. Jackson Meadows, do you like gumbo?
Love gumbo.
Red beans and rice.
Big fan.
Ribs.
Love them.
Brisket.
Gotta have it.
All right.
Like it with eggs. Burger, dude, B3.
You know what's great is an unbelievable local burger like B3 with a fried egg on it.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love egg on a burger.
I mean, that's the way to do it. And now so many local restaurants are doing their brunch burger with a fried egg.
That's right.
Some people do a poached egg. Now, my mom does the best poached egg.
I love
We had huevos rancheros for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
We did brunch, which was amazing. And let me just tell you, if you can perfect huevos rancheros, then you're living right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just poached eggs done perfectly with black beans and Rotel tomatoes and a little avocado and a little red pepper flakes and just a dash or two of Louisiana hot sauce, and fresh grated Mississippi State jalapeno cheese. You may want to do some Edam. I'm fine with that. And then you pair it with like a Key City Moonchild or a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary. Does that huevos rancheros? That compliments of the Bounds Hacienda.
It sounds like a party. Yeah.
Okay, you would eat huevos rancheros, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay,
I am a fan.
Love a fried egg on a burger or a poached egg. B3.
That's where that brisket.
Yeah, I know you love the scrambled eggs and the brisket platter. They're doing that right now in Dogwood, Flowwood, and in Madison at Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood. We enjoyed Carl Johnson with the Beau Rivage hanging out with us. BetMGM Book Bar and Grill, only at the Beau Rivage on the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but not far. Easy road trip down 49 South and the beautiful Beau. Appreciate Carl coming on. And I'm excited about tonight, watching Barry Odom. Now, that's going to be a tough deal, right? Going to Boise. They've had a great year. But UNLV at Boise, Tulane at Army, both games, one in Boise, Idaho, is 28 degrees right now. The other one in West Point, New York, is 32 degrees. What will it be like tonight, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night? And New York is obviously on Eastern time.
Oh.
Okay? So, and Tulane's been practicing down here. It's been warm until today, the last couple of days. But Tulane is down in the swamp in New Orleans, or down in the river basin, or whatever you want to call it. And now they go up. Yeah, I guess they left yesterday. They may have done a 2-day thing. They may have left on Wednesday. But
I would have. I mean, get it acclimated quick.
Yeah, you're not acclimated yet. You came in this morning. You said I'm done.
Refused to acclimate
with the cold weather.
Well, I mean, I feel like if I don't acknowledge it, it's not there.
Okay,
it's just mind over matter type deal.
You came in with a full blown ski mask.
Yeah,
but like,
I'm in the van.
But it's like
too.
a sports performance,
right?
It looked like a motorcycle helmet. So for our listeners, it's not like when you think of somebody putting on a ski mask in Point Break to rob a bank.
Right.
It's like it's like he's getting on some kind of gator this morning to go out to his duck blind.
Right.
He had on it looks kind of half motorcycle helmet, half football helmet.
It's got a bit.
And he walks in and he's got it on.
Yeah.
Along with this big puffy jacket. What was the puffer jacket? Does it have a team on it?
That's my bow side. That's my Red Sox bomber.
He had his Red Sox bomber on along with some skateboarding brand, but it looks like a motorcycle. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was cool.
I
but it
love
looks like you'd be at Breckenridge this morning
Right.
skiing.
Down in there, it's nice. Man, it's just
Yeah.
perfect.
See, but now, you snow skiing, I don't know if that would work.
I can water ski real well.
Can you?
I am very good at water skiing. Slalom.
Am I
and
supposed to
all.
believe this?
You should. You can drive me out
Because
there
I know
today.
my kids can because they grew up on the lake.
If you drop me, I didn't. I didn't have a boat growing up. But if you drop me in a lake today, I might not be able to get up on one, but I can drop one, and I'll slalom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wilkes can wakeboard like a beast.
See, I can get up and ride around, but
But, I mean, he started when he was 3 years old when we moved out there.
right.
You know, he's 20 today. He's not 20 today, like this day, but he's
Right,
about
sure,
to turn
sure.
20. That's awesome, man, that you love doing the slalom.
Oh, I love water skiing.
There's nothing better than water sports.
I mean, it's a great man. It worked out.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
works you out
we
a
didn't
little
do
bit.
travel ball. We did water sports. Everybody's got their own thing.
Heck yeah.
I'm all for travel ball, but water sports was our thing, and we did
I mean,
90,000 hours of it.
you know, it was back in the day. We'd have.
I think Wilkes has the record on the lake.
You know,
Now, there'll be another little person come along.
Of course.
Got to start about 3 or 4, though, and make the run. You got to be
Right.
permanent, too. It can't be a weekender.
That's right. You know, we had the little deal where you put the little wakeboard tower thingy on the
Yeah.
top of the roof.
Yeah.
Had the trampoline out there.
What?
Yeah. So we'd practice doing all our stuff. I couldn't do all them flips, but the buddies can.
Yeah, you're too tall.
I'm way too tall to be doing all
I mean,
that.
6'4",
How you flipping out there?
you can't do that.
Gotta get there.
That's for guys my size.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No. No,
But
no,
you can catch me on a ski. I can ski pretty well.
Did you drop a ski or just start on a slalom ski?
I used to be able to start on slalom. I don't think I can do it today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like riding a bike.
You may need one or two
You
tests.
give me one or two pulls,
Test
and I
laps?
can get it up. But
Okay.
I can get up on the first try and drop it.
I'm bringing you out this spring
Oh,
or into the summer
put on a
because
clinic out there.
I'm going to let you and Wilkes
I got moves
Go.
out there.
go head to head, see who's going to take the
I mean, you put me in a
the ship.
competition. I mean, he better be able to shotgun a beer at the same time.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's easy peasy, man. You keep it in your pocket.
Have you done that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
we do-
shotgunned a beer while you're skiing or slalom.
Oh yeah, you put the rope up under your leg, so you're just riding around and standing up.
That is straight Clinton.
Oh, it was.
That is straight Clinton,
Hard.
Mississippi.
It felt good too.
So it felt good. You had a beer in your pocket
Absolutely.
that once you got up, you got the beer out.
Yeah, stab that thing. Well, because you get up and you can take if you pull yourself up on the rope a little bit and stick it in between your legs where it holds behind your calves,
Okay.
and then as long as it's pulling at a decent rate, you're gonna stay still and you'll be upright. Oh, then you got all the time in the world. I could blast a dart out there.
Unbelievable.
That's my next move. Shotgun to dart.
Unbelievable. The Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by the Mississippi State University College of Business. Dean Scott Graw would like to meet your daughter, son, junior, senior in high school, sophomore, and you can schedule a private tour of the Mississippi State University College of Business and the Atkerson School of Accountancy. They have over $2 million in scholarships. Call right now and book a private tour of the Mississippi State University College of Business, and you can meet Dean Scott Graw.